Welcome to Turn of the One Box. We had a temporary hiatus because Thurman's audio was absolute trick. Fuck me. Couldn't decide if I wanted to say shit or trash.
Trash.
Shit, trash, ass trash. But we're back, and what a time to be back. I wish we could have discussed last week's one, but that's okay. This week's was just as good. Thurman.
Oh.
So let's get it out of the way. Cover story. I do want to quickly discuss the cover story. Did you notice, Thurman, that the Tontatas are going to be escorts for the reverie?
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm kind of interested to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah, that means that like they might have like a role in the reverie of all things. See, what I Thurman, please unmute your stuff. What I noticed immediately too was that what I thought about, was that one of the things that one of the themes of the reverie is like a race relation. So you have the mermaid princess Shira Hoshi. Remember, they're trying to get her to go up there to improve relations with fishmen and humans, right? Hello.
Yeah,
well, do you know what I'm talking about? Like how they're trying to have Shira Hoshi go up to the reverie. Remember that's been an ongoing plot point where like they want Shira Hoshi to come up with them to the reverie. Remember that?
Yeah, I believe she was like an important part for. I believe the king wanted her to do something, correct? Like she was like help them.
So basically, they want to. I think I'd have to go back to the chapter. They want her to kind of like follow in her. Remember how her mother had that dream to like improve relations, fishmen and humans and shit.
Oh yeah.
So basically, what it was she didn't want to go up because you know how she's nervous and shy, and she also promised Luffy that she would go up with him one day, and she wanted to wait for him. But basically, Neptune was like, yes, but if you don't go up, it's gonna look to the humans like we don't trust them. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're not gonna bring our princess here, so you have to go up, otherwise it'll look like you trust us, right? So the main theory is, but also remember that Shira Hoshi is I don't remember, it's Neptune, I think, right? She's the weapon Neptune.
Yeah, she's no, I think she's either Neptune or Poseidon, one of the two.
Oh, you're right. It's Poseidon. Yes,
she's one of the water gods of some Greek or Roman gods.
It's not even just a god. She's one of the weapons, right? It's like a personified weapon, and her thing is that she can speak and command the Sea King. Remember?
Yeah. Oh,
so
man.
So one of the main theories I'm hearing is that somehow the world government is going to find out about this and like take Shira Hoshi.
So you think there's gonna be like a semi little dispute about her?
I think that there's gonna be some situation, because remember what happens, right? Anything happens to her, she freaks out and cries. When she cries, the Sea King comes. Remember?
Yeah.
So if she cries, let's say she has a temper tantrum, all the Sea Kings come. Any smart fucking Marine military person is gonna be like, wait a minute, and then they're gonna do some shit to take Shira Hoshi. I'm feeling it.
You think it's going to be a battle for Shira Hoshi? That'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting plot point. I'd like to see. Mm-hmm. I'd see how Oda would handle that type of situation. How he would write.
Yeah, and the scarier part too is, can you imagine the world government with the ability to control Sea Kings?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that'd be kind of scary.
It would be. And one last point I want to make up with the Tontatas is, you remember that the Tontatas were enslaved by one of the original. Because you remember how the world government worked, right? Like it was normal kingdoms that were all like pretty well peaceful, and like they were good, and then like you had like the world government people, the original like people that founded the world government came in. You remember that?
Yeah.
The Don Quixote family was one of them, which is why Doflamingo was technically a celestial dragon, but then his dad went down. You remember all that shit?
Yeah, his dad decided to be a douchebag and become a decent human being. But then he got killed.
Yeah, his dad was fucking great. He was like one of the only good celestial dragons. But remember that his family actually like the descendants of Doflamingo, or the ancestors of Doflamingo enslaved the Tontata tribe. Remember?
Oh yeah, they did.
So the first thing I thought of was, those are the people that started the world government. That family is one of the families that started the world government. And the Tontatas now are going to Reverie So I wonder if there's going to be a little thing where like because we've seen that the world government, like, they put on like this face where they pretend to not be racist, like, because they've granted things to fishermen. Remember, they're like they're like, oh, we because they technically made slavery illegal, but it still happens in like the houses and shit. So I wonder if there's going to be any interesting interactions between the Tontatas now that we know that they're coming, and the world government, because back, their ancestors were enslaved by the world government.
I would actually. I really like that type of that type of situation. I think it'd be very interesting.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to that. Reverie is going to be the hypest arc, man. It's going to be so much information for the overall story and plot. But yeah, moving on into the actual chapter.
I'm going to mute real quick. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem, man. So, fucking Rayleigh. So good to see Rayleigh again. Let's see here. David, can you pause? I'm not sure how well I can carry this without Thurman.
1 sec.
You can just pause and then re-add, right?
No.
Okay,
we're
first page, okay. We immediately get fucking more Rayleigh, and I'm like, yes, Rayleigh.
Can I comment on this, please?
Yeah, that's why we're doing a video.
It's just so great how when I first started reading this chapter, I was just like, I'm that we're finally getting. For finally getting more insight into how Luffy's training was going.
Yeah, because
I was really.
It reminds me of. Do you remember in when Zoro was fighting fucking Pika? We had like the little flashback of how his training went with Mihawk. Remember?
Yeah, I was just. It's just great to see this type of bit, so we know what type of. We can see how well of a teacher Rayleigh is. And how
and I should have fucking known that anything that Luffy was going to learn was going to involve food somehow.
And this bottom panel is just amazing.
Oh, dude, that has to be a reaction face. I'm gonna fucking crop that shit out and use it as a reaction face. No,
it's my dinner. Don't pay any mind. There it is. Or maybe it's over here.
And the funny part about that too is, remember, at this point they're living on Ruskaina. The island is called Ruskaina, and it's like it's a fucking harsh island where like he probably had to kill and hunt all of that food that Luffy just punched over. So like the rage makes sense.
The next time he'll be like, "Don't just blindly attack Luffy." You see Red just pimp slap him with the hockey infused.
Yeah. Now, I like what they went into where, like, Luffy, because everyone kind of, like, implements hockey differently. At least that's the kind of implication I'm getting. And he's saying that, like, Luffy's way of sensing shit is not, like, necessarily an aura, but more of he's sensing emotions and feelings.
Oh, it's so great. It's just like, I love how Oda just, he makes everybody who uses hockey uses it differently. And that's why I always got to give props to Oda is when I read that he can sense the feelings of living beings. I automatically went over to like comic book style, like DC Comics style stuff, because of certain characters in DC Comics that can
also
sense emotions and stuff like that. And it's just amazing how Luffy if he trains enough, he can be able to enhance that, and it's just great. I'm hyped to see Luffy like a full enhanced observation hockey Luffy.
I mean, that's the joy of any fucking long-running shonen thing, man. Like, it's always so fun to watch the character grow, and as long as it's written like realistically and you like see them grow and it's not just bullshit. I'm not implying anything there. So I thought it was a nice little scene too that the animals actually were trying to bring him food, which is also well, that's an interesting little thing, because I don't know how long it's been since you remember. Do you remember like right before the time skip happened, like the little scenes on Ruskaina?
I'm not entirely sure, because I know Luffy's always been good with animals.
No, I mean kind of, but what this is well, first of all, again, this is whenever you ask me why I only read a couple manga instead of reading every fucking manga I can get my hands on, it's for these reasons. I remember these things. I don't fill up my brain with useless shit. But the scenes right before the time skip were basically that you had all the animals hated him. They were attacking him. They were fucking not accepting of him at all. You know, he was true on the island, and he had to he had to earn the respect. I remember, like, Luffy was like, "I'm going to earn the respect of these animals by being more powerful than them." And this is probably, I'm gonna guess, this is like 8 or so months into their trading on this island, where like Luffy has kind of earned their respect, because remember, like, also the chapter where the time skip first starts, you actually have Luffy like talking to the animals like they're old friends. You know, like if you go back to like the first chapter of the time skip, he's like, "Oh, hey guys," and then like they try to like they start growling at like the warriors of you remember what's the fucking woman village called again? I always forgot. You remember?
Amazon.
Yes, thank you. They start yelling at the Amazon, or like growling at the Amazon lily people, and Luffy's like, "Hey, watch it. They're my friends," and they're like, "Oh." You know, so at this point, you can kind of see that Luffy has slowly gained the respect of the animals. So it's little details like that that I fucking love.
Yeah, you got always got to appreciate the small details.
Dude,
You know,
fucking Oda remembers everything he's written. He's so good at that.
he's not like Akira Toriyama who forgets a character that he created in his first manga. Cough, launch, cough.
Fucking launch was so weird. So, and then I found it interesting too that like Rayleigh kind of warned him of this. He was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, there's people out there that can see the future."
Well, I mean,
Not in a bad way.
What I interpreted from that is I feel like there are more than one. Like I feel like Dog Dude isn't the only one who could basically see the.
It's
I
like,
feel like that's what he was getting at.
yeah, it's like anything. I mean, anything you train it enough, you can get there. You know.
So I feel like he was just like saying like this is like I've met or there's people that you're gonna meet who's enhanced their observation to the see glimpses of the future.
Also, you got to remember, I want to remind you what level we are at right now, because you know when you've been reading this manga weekly, it's hard. It's sometimes it's easy to forget how much Luffy has grown. But I want to remind you, he is currently fighting the second strongest member, the commander in chief of a Yonko's crew. That is a huge deal. Sometimes people can forget that he is fighting the number 2 person on a Yonko's crew right now. That's huge. You realize how big that is? That's like fighting like Katakuri is at the same rank as Rayleigh is. Now, I'm not saying he's as strong as Rayleigh, but I'm saying like, you know, he is
in terms of like
Katakuri is the Rayleigh of the Big Mom Pirates. So you realize this, right? Like rank wise, he is.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And it's
my mind.
And it's just great how and what I like about and what was my one more comment about this panel, then we'll move on to the actual fight. What I like about Luffy's comment here, he says, "Well, I guess it just depends on the kind of person they are."
Yep. Yeah. And that makes. Go ahead. You go first. Go ahead.
I interpolated this in 2 ways.
Did you just say? Hold on. Did you just say interpolated?
You know what kind of word I meant.
Interpreted.
Yeah, interpreted this one of 2 ways. One, I feel like this is Luffy saying like he's not really worried because he's a fast learner when it comes to combat, and this is what we see here. This whole fight is him trying to basically train himself by experience, you know, and that's how some people gain experience is that they don't really necessarily train, they just go out and do it because the best way to train is to gain experience, and that's why kind of like Luffy's comment here. He's just like, well, I'll just have to learn it basically the hard way and learn from scratch that way and gain my experience.
Yeah, that's not at all what I took from it. I mean, that is true, but that's not at all what I took from.
There's one of two. But let me hear yours.
Oh,
what you from that?
I saw it as well. I mean, we're seeing it with Katakuri right now. Katakuri is a respectful guy. He is an honorable guy. He is someone who, because if Luffy can, he's going to win them over, right? He's going to show them. Because like right now, what you're kind of seeing with Luffy is that like Luffy is showing Katakuri more respect than his own damn family. You noticing that?
Oh, yes, definitely.
So here's what's gonna happen. Katakuri right now respects the fuck out of Luffy, and I do not see. Let's say he beats Luffy, right? I don't see him turning him into Big Mom. I see him being like, "All right, leave. I'll turn a blind eye. I'll say you got away.
Oh, so you've earned my respect type of deal.
Mm-hmm. So I think the way Luffy's putting this is like there are two different kinds of people you can fight, right? So let's say some fucker like a Kainu, right? He's a scumbag. You're never if it's that type of person, Luffy's gonna be like, there's no reason to fucking try to win this guy over. There's no reason to show this guy respect because he's never gonna show me respect. But with Katakuri, he shows him respect because Katakuri shows him respect back. That's what kind of person they are. Because I was like, to me, it's like Luffy turned it from like a battle to the death, or a battle to like if you lose you get captured by Big Mom, to now it's literally just like a duel of respect. Now he turned it to that by being respectful and by Katakuri being respectful. That's how I took that comment.
Yeah, I agree with you too, because like I said, I took that of the two ways. I took it the first way that I said, and the way that you said too. You just explained it. You just explained it better than I.
Yeah.
So just like looking onto the fight, we see
I got to talk about this first one because you saw the video I sent you about like comparing that to the raindrop one.
Yeah.
Hey David, could you would you mind live editing something in for me? All right, cool. I'm gonna send you a link to some.
While Red does that,
you say
what I really like about it is I was really worried that Oda was gonna make Luffy try to like kind of overpower Dogtooth. I really like how even though Luffy's becoming better and better and better at fighting Dogtooth, and it seems Dogtooth is injured, we still see that Luffy is still basically no match for Dogtooth, and I really like that. I really like that Oda is sticking to his guns here, because most other cliches would have been like, "Oh, this is the point where Luffy would have, started."
Like, let's say this is Natsu, right? This is the point where it'd be like, "You fucked with Fairy Tail."
And then
now, David, I'm sure that's a GIF when you put it up.
Like once, but we see here that it's.
Hold on, Thurman. What now, David? Yeah, David. It's a personal message to you, and on Messenger, it's a GIF of Luffy dodging water bullets. Now, let me know when it's up so I can start talking about it. Thurman, you go ahead, and David just interrupt him when it's up so I can.
It's just amazing how he's sticking to his gun, saying even though we've gotten this far, Luffy is still no match for Dogtooth, and I really like that consistency in this fight. Is that Luffy is still struggling. Luffy is still, even though he's giving Dogtooth, I wouldn't say a run for his money, but making him work for the win.
Oh yeah,
he's still
not call a mid to high diff. Okay, so this, everybody, look at this. Remember this little fun scene from the Fishman Island arc? This is what this reminds me of, but it's improvement. It is Oda does such a good job at showing character improvement, right? He's doing the same damn thing. He's doing that slight lean, but he's dodging. This time he's dodging fists from a fucking commander of a Yonko who can see the future, okay? That is expert level dodging, and it just reminded me so much of this scene where he's dodging water bullets, but now it's like even more fucking intense. So yeah, thank you, David. You can take that down now. What was I gonna say? With this as well, Thurman, I agree with you. Because if he was able to just immediately overpower Dogtooth, it would be ridiculous, and I would be livid because this is the commander of a Yonko. I still don't want him to win. He better not win. That would be bullshit. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure people are agreeing with you, man. Nobody wants Luffy to win.
Like you can't win that. Like here's my top scenario right now is Katakuri wins, but out of so much damn respect for Luffy, he maybe like let's say Luffy's like unconscious, right? I could see Katakuri like sneaking out through the mirror. Maybe like okay, his body's made of mochi, right? He like stuffs Luffy. This is gonna get kinky, okay? You ready for this? He stuffs Luffy inside of him, giggity, in his fucking mochi body, and he just walks out and he's like, yeah, I fucking I beat him into pulp. You can't even find his body. Don't even bother looking. Oh wow, Katakuri, wow, you're so good, right? Then he walks over. Then he somehow like gets Luffy back to the fucking ship. I could totally see that. I
would like that.
I feel like at this point, Katakuri is not a dumb person. Okay, he has to know that he is being abused and used by the Big Mom pirates because they you have people like Flambe who fucking sucked his metaphorical dick for so long. Like, oh my gosh, you're the best. You're the fucking greatest brother in the world. Oh my gosh, have my babies. Wait a minute, we're relatives, whatever. You got this shit. And then the second he shows his fucking mouth that he is super self-conscious about, ew, monster, spitting in his fucking face. Like, this has to have and you can see in the last chapter, there's a moment where he kind of like sighs. Like, you remember that scene? I remember where he sighs.
Yeah.
He's like, I feel
Broke
like,
my heart.
yeah, dude, and I feel like he's not stupid. He's a logical person. Like, I feel like Katakuri must have had a moment where he's like, what am I doing in this family if they don't respect me? Why am I putting so much hard work into protecting this family? They don't respect me. So to me, I think the greatest fuck you to the Big Mom family would be to let the Straw Hats escape.
Yeah, and to be fair here, it wouldn't really fail because Big Mom is on a rampage right now. So all Dog Dude has to do is say like he escaped me by luck or whatever. Because I don't, she does she? I don't recall, but she doesn't remember stuff after she's done her rampage, right?
She does not.
Yeah, so she won't. So basically, they're in a good. The way Oda set this up, I feel like this is a perfect way for because she won't. Because keep in mind, she won't remember. Mm-hmm. So she will just have to believe what her children say, yeah. and Dogtooth, and seeing how the only person who really knows about his mouth is the little sister, but she's knocked out by Conqueror's Haki. Nobody knows what's going on in the mirror right now. So what Dogtooth can do, he can just lie and say, "Oh, Luffy got away by luck, blah blah blah," or whatever.
And I just want to remind you how much of a fucking horrible fucking disgrace it would be for the Big Mom Pirates for the Straw Hats to waltz in and waltz right back out. That would be all over the news. Like, that would be amazing, and their bounties would skyrocket. Not to mention, Big Mom's position as a Yonko would be severely in question. It would. I mean, if the Straw Hats are able, like at that point, that is the Straw Hats not completely defeating them, but showing that they are able to get like Metal Gear Solid their way in and out. Like that, at that point, Luffy is officially a contender to be a Yonko. I'm not saying strength-wise, but I mean like that. You realize that like you okay. Think about like CNN in our world, right? Like they're all the political talks, right? Guarantee you, if Luffy went in and out of a Yonko's fucking territory, slipped in, slipped right out, and got Sanji and toppled her cake. Remember, they think that was Luffy too. Okay. I guarantee you'd have talk shows in the One Piece world like, oh man, Straw Hat Luffy, he's a contender for the next Yonko. Like, I bet you in 10 years we'll see the Straw Hat Pirates as a Yonko crew. Like, that is the foot in the door, the like the first steps of Luffy becoming like a name for Yonko status, in my opinion. Say again, Thurman, your audio sucked. All right, I'm going to take over because your audio is getting real bad. So we also noticed that like the Armament Haki, right? We saw this earlier, and we're seeing it again too. Katakuri has like a better version of Armament Haki, and this is kind of like shown more, where you see even though Luffy's hand is covered in Armament Haki, it still hurts really bad, clearly, when Katakuri hits him in the hand there. So like that's interesting, and I hope that we delve more into how this like extra hard version of Armament Haki works. I wonder if it's like Super Saiyan shit, where it's like Armament Haki 2, Armament Haki 3. This is to go even further beyond Armament Haki. Thurman, you might want to disconnect and reconnect. Besides, you're still bad. Okay, so let's see here. Moving on. Thurman, you still there, or what's your plan here?
Yeah, I'm still here. Okay, is it better?
Sound like you're better now. Okay, we have to talk about his move that is, for whatever reason, called grilled mochi. Did you notice?
No.
Thurman, okay.
I have to.
Oh, all right. Never mind. You're back now. Go ahead.
This kind of confused me a bit. I was so confused about this move because if you look at the top panel and you see Grilled Mochi, you see his arm kind of bumps up a bit, and he shoots it like a gun, or see that animation right there. Is it still his skin, or does he shoot it like a gun?
Do you not know what's happening? Do I need to explain it?
I know it. I was kind of confused because the way they draw it, it looks like Dogtooth kind of like shot his arm at him, or was that still like his beefed up skin? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, remember, he's 100% mochi. There is no skin. It's just mochi.
Oh yeah, but yeah, but you know what I mean though,
Yeah,
right?
Listen. Here's how I saw this move. Are you on the page right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Upper right hand corner. You see how his arm is bubbling up on the top there?
Yeah.
There is air pumping up in his arm right now. So in that middle part of his arm, it's blowing up like a balloon, okay? And then it gets to the maximum force and it pops. And that shoots his fist off. His fist that is covered in armament hockey. See? So he puts the air in, but his fist that is covered in armament hockey won't pop, but his arm will pop. This shoots his armament hockey covered fist like a bullet. Well, and then his arm just reforms because he's made out of mochi.
Oh, okay.
Thurman, you're gonna have to. Thurman, you gotta leave and come back, man. Your audio's shit. Anyway, so yeah, that was fucking cool because it was like a bullet, and I will admit I had to double take a bit on that panel to figure out what was happening, but like it was the bottom panel that helped me realize because you see it like shoots like a fucking bullet that just, and like you could just see the speed in that shit. Like he is so fast, so destructive, and the mirror world is just destroyed. Thurman, you still there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Should have known better that we wouldn't have been able to have this. Thurman?
Hello?
Okay, you're okay for now. Go ahead, try.
Alright, am I good?
For now, you are.
Alright. So, continue.
Yeah, how much did you hear about my explanation on that power?
I heard everything. So, I would say that it's... thank you for clearing that up because I was confused about how the ability... I don't know if he shot his arm or was that still like his mochi?
The way I see it is you harden the fist, that becomes hard as a rock. The rest of your arm is made out of mochi. You just blow... I'm not sure how... The only thing I don't get is how he's blowing air into it. Because to me, it's obvious he's blowing air into it. I don't know how, though. That's the only thing.
Probably just One Piece logic. # One Piece logic.
Sure, but now on the bottom panel, you could tell what was happening there, right? Like his arm shot like a fucking bullet. You saw that?
Yeah, and it hit
look
Luffy.
at how fast that shit is, and then it shot him through that entire middle column.
Whew.
Also, are you noticing? Yeah, how fucked up the mirror world is now.
Bro, great minds think alike, bro. I was just thinking the same thing. Like, my God, this world is completely fucked up.
So, see, now, and this just brings up questions that I know we're never going to get answered. Like, how does this mirror world is a world created by Brulee's devil fruit? How does that work? Does her world heal? That's interesting.
Oh my God, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so we have his arm just reform, and then Luffy fucking again just rockets himself there and tries to punch him, and he kind of doesn't get hit by it, and like so now we come back to Capone and his plan.
No, Dogtooth got hit by it, I believe.
Well, that's where I'm confused because like this is the one that I have a hard time understanding what's happening because look at Luffy's fist; it's not hitting his face; it's like way below it, and yet it does look like he's hit by something. That's why I'm confused.
I feel like the anime will probably show that better.
Certainly.
But I feel like it's most likely it was so fast that he hit him. Yeah, I had a double take. I'd like to double take, I'd like to triple take this and like a few times. But I feel like, oh yeah, Dogtooth got hit.
Now, skipping right to their plan. With Beijei's stuff, they're considering going to an island that's farther away because they kind of just want to it's a combination of, I think they're thinking like, because one, let's fucking get the elephant out of the room here. Big Mom is she's like anorexic level now. It's creepy as shit.
Oh my god.
She's starving, dude. Like that's crazy.
Oh man.
Dude, look at her.
That's. But when I saw that, I was just like, wait a minute. Oh my lord! It's like it's not even like it's not even like skinny type stuff. It's just like she's staying, everything's staying the same, and it's just like she's getting shorter and skinnier, and it's just like wow. Imagine seeing that life.
She's not getting shorter; she's just getting skinnier.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah, you said shorter, but so I think that they're like, because they're talking about like, they make a good point. I mean, like if they just like, they could honestly take out Big Mom easily by just not feeding her at this point. If they just kept running away and didn't feed her the cake. They
Possibly.
absolutely could. Look at her. Like at fucking another hour, she's gonna like fucking die, pass out from fucking exhaustion.
Yeah, I mean that would be a very great way for Big Mom to kick the butt.
I'm not saying they're gonna do that. Obviously, they're not going to. I'm just saying they could.
So, do you think? So,
they're not
quick,
going
funny
to.
question.
But in real life, if I'm saying right now, if I was Beige, that's what I'd fucking. I'd be like, fuck. Like Blackleg's. Yeah, I'd be like, Blackleg's gonna be pissed at me, but fuck this cake. I'll be known as the person who killed Big Mom.
Hashtag fuck this cake. I'm out.
Yeah, no, fuck it. I mean, Sanji would absolutely murder Beige because his whole thing is, you let someone starve to death. Are you kidding me? He would fucking destroy him. So that would be an issue. But I mean, like, it's like A, Big Mom, B, Sanji. Big Mom's still scarier.
So funny question here. Do you think Big Mom will gain all her weight if she eats the cake?
Well, here's what's gonna happen. This, because we've seen this so many times in One Piece. She's gonna do life return, which is what Luffy always does, which is what Kumadori did a lot, and which is what, I don't remember his name, but the old dude in Dressrosa, he did it a lot too. Life return, where they're able to just eat something and immediately the effects of the calories happen. Remember? like think Luffy from remember Thriller Bark Luffy, where he was like after like the hours of like the like recovering from the hormone treatment, like he was all emancipated, and then he ate all that food, and then he just kind of like fucking flexed his fucking like muscle back.
Yeah,
remember that? Like it's gonna be that. She's gonna eat the cake, and it's gonna be like, hold on, I gotta do a good pop noise. Hold on. She's gonna eat the cake, and it's gonna be like, it's like, and she's gonna be fat again. I guarantee it.
Very One Piece life. So is life return an actual like ability that Oda confirms, or?
Yeah, dude, it was confirmed in fucking CP9.
Oh man, it's great.
Kumadori, do you remember Kumadori? He like specifically did a demonstration of Chopper.
Oh yeah, I remember that. So now I'm going to name everything life return. Thank you very much.
Well, so here's the thing, right? Oda has not confirmed that that's what Luffy is doing, but it's exactly what happens with Luffy. Luffy eats food, and then boom, he's just back to health immediately. That's not how food actually works in real life, And let's be honest here, Oda has like a track record of taking things that look like they're comedy scenes and then actually making them integral to the story. Like, here's a perfect example, right? Remember how every time Garp would punch Luffy, he called it the Fist of Love, and then like Luffy would be like, "Oh my gosh, that actually hurts," right? And the joke was like, "Haha, even though it's rubber, it hurts." Grandpa, nope, he was using hockey the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's the kind of shit Oda does. So I bet you it's gonna come out one day that like every time Luffy did the classic like, "Haha, I ate like a bunch and I'm really fat," and then I just kind of like go, and then I'm like back to normal. That's life return he's using. It's very clear that it is.
Life return. That's such a badass name.
Go back and watch Kumadori's fight with Frankie and Chopper, and you'll see that scene.
Oh yeah, I remember. He was in the refrigerator and he ate all the food.
Yup.
And then Chopper's like, "That's so cool."
Do it again.
Made himself fat and then made himself skinny again.
So okay, so Moving on, I like how Oda kept going back to show us like one scene, and then it kept like showing the time passing. We're like, boom, they're still fighting. Back this, boom, they're still fighting. Now let's talk about Smoothie, right? She pulls a fucking bleach and shoots a Getsuga Tensho at fucking at the Straw Hats. I'm telling you, that's a fucking Getsuga Tensho.
Getsuga Tensho.
But now the crazy part is she's big, so anyone with that giantess fetish, come. Hello.
Woo!
Are you
I heard you.
Yeah, you got a giantess fetish?
Oh man, look at them legs. I'm not. See, I'm a boob man, but I think Oda's trying to convert me to legs.
You.
Oda's trying to convert me to legs.
No. So I'm assuming this is obviously a hint as to what we're seeing. We're getting hints at her power, clearly, because remember, Smoothie is one of the commanders, so she's one of the most powerful people in the group, obviously, right?
Oh yeah.
So you have, for one, she grows in size. She shoots like a sword wave, and look at her sword. You see how it's like dripping? Remember, the one time we saw her do shit earlier was when she juiced a motherfucker. She juiced a person. You remember that?
Yeah.
So clearly she's using that, like, I'm gonna guess it's like the juice fruit, and like she uses the juice that she gets from people to like power herself up, is my guess.
See, I was kind of like, I wasn't necessarily confused, but this part had me thinking, because the things are like saying like Smoothly the ship is going to sink if you get any bigger than this. I thought that the first thing that came to my mind was that like this, like a side effect to her ability. Every time she uses her ability, she gets big, or something along the lines. She's getting big.
I took it as she got big so that the sword beam would be bigger. You know,
possibly, because
that was my first thought. Like, I think she got
different thoughts into my head popped up when they were saying like when her sisters were like the ship's going to sink if you get any bigger. That's my thought was either like kind of like a side effect, or like she didn't mean to get big per se, but she got big because she's getting big because that's part of her power. I could be completely wrong, but that's the kind of like notion that I got when the sisters were like saying you're getting too big.
I took it as she was like purposefully controlling her size somehow to have like a bigger sword wave. That's how I took it, because it controls her sword size as well. So I think she was getting angry and like frustrated that she couldn't hit them. So she was like, "Fuck it, I'm going big," and then
I'm going ghost.
Or that. Now, fucking, if it wasn't already the case, fucking Carrot has to join this crew. If she doesn't, Thurman and I go to Japan. We're gonna find Oda. We're gonna get arrested for stalking. But before we do, we'll yell at him and be like, "You motherfucker! You give us that Carrot waifu.
You give us that Carrot protect status now."
The main thing for me is Carrot and Chopper's chemistry is the best thing ever.
Oh man!
So but it's like when he's like, look, I could just hear it in the anime. I could hear Chopper's voice actor saying this, like, little sis, Nekomamushi and Irashi, did they transform like that? Like, but I love that he called her little sis. It's so cute. It breaks my heart. It not breaks my heart. It like fucking the opposite of that. It like makes my heart happy.
It warms your heart.
That's the one. Shut the fuck up, David. I'm an idiot. Okay.
So
you're not allowed to be an idiot in the one show in manga that you're fucking good at. Besides Hunter x Hunter, you don't get that.
My mistake there had nothing to do with One Piece. It was just a common phrase I fucked up. No. Okay.
So
no. We cannot skirt over the fucking chemistry between Chopper and Carrot.
Oh no, we're not. My comment was gonna continue because if Carrot, sorry, let me fix my autocorrect here. When Carrot becomes a part of the Straw Hats,
Oda, damn right.
Oda. You can kind of tell that each of the crew like each other very much. They care for each other very much.
Family, but there's like certain.
But there's certain pairs. There's certain pairs that two people, get like I believe like it's like Luffy and Zoro, and then Luffy has those moments most.
Hold on, Luffy and Usopp is one of my favorite friendships on the entire crew.
I have to say, Luffy and Zoro is my favorite, to be honest.
You and everything you stand for. Are you kidding me?
But this is a huge, humongous dispute.
Luffy and Zoro barely even have. They have moments where they're like, "All right, Captain," but like they're not friends. Like Zoro doesn't view Luffy as a friend. He views him as a captain. He views him as someone that he serves Luffy. Luffy and Usopp are fucking best fucking friends. That's why you tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong, but at the same time, there's a humongous dispute between One Piece fans about who's Luffy's who's Luffy's
Usopp. It's so fucking obviously Usopp. Are you kidding me? Go back to early One Piece. They're fucking always hanging out. Like there are times where Luffy is doing some stupid shit, and Zoro's like, "Oh my fucking gosh, why are you my captain?" And Usopp's like, "Fuck yeah, I'll do that stupid shit with you, man."
Man, you can't argue with the inside of the One Piece fandom. It's like split. They're split between the Zoro friendship and the Usopp friendship.
Usopp, best character. I don't care.
Me personally, I like the Luffy across Zoro friendship. I think that's a very good friendship.
Barely even a friendship.
But you get what I'm saying. Though. Everyone in the crew has like little pairs, like Nami and Robin, because like they're the only females in the crew. It's like I would say probably like Chopper and Usopp have a good somewhat connection there too. Like Frankie and it's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why it's not a friendship. Okay, Zoro treats him as someone of respect, like a Sama, you know what I mean, like a captain. Okay, and we see this in CP9 in many other cases where Zoro said very clearly that if he let Usopp back, he would bail the crew, just like that. Okay, that is not someone that is friends with you. That is someone that is under Luffy for a couple reasons. Okay, most of the biggest reasons are A, he's strong. He's always consistently stronger than him, and B, he is like the fastest ticket to his dream. He saw his dream. I think that Luffy, one of the reasons Luffy unites so many people is that people are, all these people see their dreams through Luffy. These people are people that are otherwise would have given up on their dreams, but Luffy came in and said, "No, you can fulfill these dreams." Zoro is not someone who is friends with Luffy. Okay, as we look at Usopp didn't care about. He wasn't all about the crew. He was like when okay. Compare Zoro and Usopp at the end of CP9, okay? Zoro was like, no, it's all about the crew. He disrespected the crew, and if you let him back, I'm leaving the crew. Usopp just wanted back. Usopp was just like, I just want to be with my friends again. That is the difference. Zoro is not a friend to Luffy. Zoro respects him very greatly. Like a father, a grandfather, a captain is more accurate, but like I'm just trying to figure out a family member equivalent. That's how I've always seen their relationship.
You did.
Did you break it? David's chair breaks live on stream. Not stream, whatever. Go ahead, Thurman.
You make a fine argument there, Red. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
To be honest with you, I'm just gonna probably flat out say it. It's more so biased. I mean, to be fair, I like Usopp as a character. Although the Dressrosa arc made me not kind of like him because he left Robin. That kind of pissed me off. Like as I was watching the anime, I was screaming at Usopp like, "Usopp, what are you doing?"
I have to reread that. The Dressrosa arc is like the foggiest arc in my memory. I always forget so much shit about that arc. Remind me.
So do you remember when they were trying to knock out? They were trying to get her name's not Pudding, but the girl who could turn people into toys. That was her devil fruit. They'll try to get her to eat the thing, like the really hot pepper, knock her out, and then but the whole plan fell over. The Tatos were getting like destroyed. Robin got turned into a toy, and Usopp was just like running away. I was like, Usopp, what are you doing? Like literally, I made a post about this like last year.
Thurman.
Yeah.
Thurman, you're a fucking moron. Do you remember what happens when someone becomes a toy?
He forgets them, but no, that still pissed me off though. No, Usopp gets no excuse. Usopp gets no excuse. No.
fuck. No, Thurman, shut the fuck up. Thurman, shut the fuck up. That entire power, when they become a toy, they forget everything about them. They forget ever having met them. They forget they exist. How can he save someone he doesn't even know exists? He doesn't know why he's down there. If he doesn't remember Robin, he doesn't remember why he's down there. So in his mind, he's like, he like blinks and he's like, why the fuck am I down here? And he runs. Are you kidding me?
No, that's not good. Okay, first thing first, that I'm going to debunk that right now. First, just because he doesn't remember Robin doesn't mean he doesn't remember the entire reason that they're there. He still only thing that he won't remember is he had Robin in the crew, but he still has his crew there. Secondly, the Tatos weren't turned into toys, so he still knew their mission. Even then, that still pissed me off. I literally made a post about this when I was watching the anime of Dressrosa arc. I was like, Usopp, you're pissing me off. What are you doing? I was this close to dropping Usopp down to in my unfavorites list because how much that pissed me off. Like Usopp's a coward, but I've never seen him that cowardly before.
He didn't know Robin existed. How could he possibly? What are you fucking talking about? What in the world are you?
He didn't know who Robin was, but he still knew the Tatos, and he still knew what the mission of the Straw Hat were. He didn't forget that. He just forgot who Robin was. That still doesn't excuse the fact that he ran away. I mean, he came back, which was good, but
yeah. Have you ever heard of? By the way, have you ever heard of? Shut the fuck up, Thurman. Have you ever heard of fucking like? Oh, I don't know what to do now, and if I stay here now, blind bravery. There's a fine line between bravery and stupidity. David, back me up on this.
Agreed.
There is a very fine line between bravery and stupidity, okay? If Usopp stayed there, he wouldn't have been able to do anything, okay? Usopp is a sniper. The way they fight is to calm themselves down and think. Snipers retreat and then come back with a plan. That's how they fight. Not everyone is a fucking Asta who charges in like a fucking idiot, okay? That's not how snipers fight. So not only did he forget Robin, but he retreated because at the time he didn't know what to do.
First, again, let me debunk that again.
Oh my gosh.
Guys. As interesting as this debate would be, I have fucking class in the morning.
Yeah.
So if we can, out of respect for the person recording this, I'll let you argue like children in DMs, but please.
Oh.
Like children. I mean, come on, it's really important. He's dissing Usopp.
Such great One Piece content, and David just comes in and tries to crashing it down with his Code Geass talk. What is he doing?
What the fuck are you talking about? He just needs to sleep, dude.
I need to fucking sleep. I have class at 10 in the morning, and it's almost 3 o'clock here. I just fell on my ass because the back of my chair broke completely the fuck off. I'm angry. I want to end this recording, wrap it up in the next 10 minutes.
Okay, we will. Thurman, we will continue this talk in private. Okay. Now, moving on with the chapter. You're wrong, by the way. Okay. So, and we have to talk about. So we see another action scene with Katakuri Luffy, and he's spurring him, man. Like that's the spur of his boot. That's fucking ow.
Just fucking beating him down with his boot.
Okay, and then you get a bunch of more pudding bullshit, which I'm really getting sick of at this point. But then, Sanji. Bruh.
I will definitely save my captain.
Listen, bruh. That page to the double page spread of all the fucking people there, immediately I'm like, please, Oda, please give me my epic Sanji moment. You know what this reminds me of? This immediately reminded me of, remember in Alabasta when he did the whole Mr. Prince shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember, everyone was in the cage. Everyone was captured, and the only person left was Sanji. And Sanji swooped in as the next strongest person that wasn't captured to save the day. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So that's the vibe I'm getting here. I'm like, oh please, look at that page, and then look at the next page with all those people. I can envision this scene where Sanji just swoops in and he's just fighting off a bunch of them. I'm like, because remember, none of these people here, except for Snack, because we do see Snack is on one of the battleships. And remember, Snack, in case you forgot, Snack is the weakest commander who was defeated by Urouge of the Supernova. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
So he's there, but everyone else other than that is not a Supernova. Or excuse me, is not a commander. So I could totally see this badass moment with Sanji going in trying to fucking clear out. Oh my gosh. He'll probably be more stealthy than that because that's Sanji rolls, but like this is still Sanji's arc. And I want Luffy's been getting a really good, really well drawn out fight. Give me some Sanji action, please. Like this yeah, oh that would
Give me my black leg. Give me my black leg.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Dude, Sanji action, man, it's gonna fucking be amazing. Okay, let's see here. And then let's fucking elephant in the room here. We have a new Gear 4th form. So just to go over what we have so far. During Doflamingo, he did Gear 4th Bounce Man. During Cracker, he did Gear 4th Hank Man, full version. Now he is doing Gear 4th Snake. What will that be? Thoughts?
Honestly, it's very hard to tell because I doubt he'll be turned into a snake, but it'll probably be something similar to that. I feel like he's doing forms based on the type of animals like he's seen when he was training.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Boundman was kind of like similar to like a gorilla. The other one would kind of similar to I don't know what kind of animal his second Gear 4th form would be, but this one would probably be something. Probably be a skinnier version of Gear 4th.
Ooh. Oh, please, dude. Tell me it's a fucking version of Gear 4th that prioritizes speed. I would jizz. Why you gotta go silent after I say jizz, man?
It's just...
Dude, no. Here's what I want. I want a Gear 4th form that's like Shadow Luffy from fucking Thriller Bark.
Oh, I would love that. I love Nightmare. Oh,
Nightmare Luffy. Yeah, Nightmare Luffy.
Oh, oh my god. I love that. I would love that form if Oda brought that back.
Well, I would love it if Luffy like went into something. But I don't that wouldn't work for Snake Man, unfortunately.
No.
I like the idea. Well, okay, here's what we know, right? He pumps air into his muscles. And normally it makes him all big, right? What if he does that, but then instead of like widening himself, he lengthens himself? So he's like, what if Luffy, and before you're gonna think it sounds weird, but remember, Oda's the person who makes fucking everything into a form and then somehow makes it badass, okay? What if Luffy fucking turns into like a wacky waving, arm flailing, inflatable tube man?
I mean, Oda's good at making stuff that would be useless and turning it into something useful.
Just imagine if he's like super tall and thin and he's like wibbly and like somehow like I don't know what that would do, but like that's the first thing I'm thinking of.
Oh, I can see the fan arts now.
Oh, the wibbly. But yeah.
Well,
I'm finishing it off. What predictions, and then we'll let David go to sleep.
Okay, so predictions here. I feel like we're probably at the conclusion of the fight yet, but we'll probably see more things from Luffy. We'll probably see Beji probably reach his island soon, and figure out what they're gonna do there. We're probably gonna get a confrontation between Smoothie and the Straw Hats eventually. She'll probably catch up, or she'll have to land on a ship eventually. I see a Smoothie fight down the road.
I'm sorry.
Then I'm going to steal your prediction here and assume that Sanji is going to get a fight next chapter.
Please.
Somehow, some way. I don't think he's going to take on the entire family, but he's probably going to, go Metal Gear Solid like.
I would like him to.
All right, and that's my prediction.
Okay. I thought you were going to take longer, so I was chewing on chips. Apologize. Okay, so let's see here. What was I saying? So yeah, I want badass Sanji moment. I could just see him. I could just see so many things happening, and let's be honest here. This fight with Katakuri, it's been one of those like, really long, drawn out ones. So many different dynamic things have happened. I want to fight like that for Sanji. Now I know it's probably unrealistic to fit that into this arc, so maybe we'll get. I'm sure we'll get one in Wano, but like when was the last like really long, drawn out Sanji fight for real?
CP9, I believe.
No, he did a lot of shit in no way. Wait, there's gotta be no way. I'm gonna die if that was the last one. I'll like retroactively kill myself. Hold on a second.
The last one I care.
Because he fought, was it Jabra? Was his name? Fucking wolf guy, coyote guy.
Yeah, it was a wolf guy.
Oh, don't tell me that can't be his last fight. Yeah, well, Thriller Bark obviously he helped a lot with Oars, or not Oars Junior.
Yeah, but it wasn't really like a long out fight like Luffy versus Katakuri.
That was a very. Are you kidding me? Oars was a super long fight.
Well, but I'm saying like that was a group effort though. It wasn't like one on one. I'm assuming that's what you meant by you want you to have like it's one on one.
Fair enough. Okay, and then after Thriller Bark was Saboti. Yeah, nothing really there. Did he fight anyone in Fishman?
Yeah, but it was like
Fishman, like he like fucking skywalked up a bunch, and then Watasume, Punk Hazard, anything? Not really. I know it because in Punk Hazard, the main fight I think of Punk Hazard is Monet versus Zoro. And then fucking Dressrosa, he had like the one clash with the Flamingo. So fuck yeah, we haven't had like a long drawn out Sanji fight. Oda, get on that. Am I right?
Right.
Give me my like 10 chapter Sanji fight. Give it to me. Dude, this fucking Katakuri fight's been like 20, dude. Okay, it doesn't have to be 10 chapters. 5 chapters. 5 chapters.
He'll settle for 5, audience.
I'll settle.
He'll settle. He'll have to. You have to bribe Oda to make 5 chapters of a Sanji only fight 1-on-1.
Sanji's fighting style is so fucking fun. Like I was just showing something to David earlier about like the way he fights. It's so cool. Like I love how he doesn't use his hands, but like he uses his hands on like the ground. Like he'll like spin himself with his hands on the ground. But yeah, I guess finishing this off. Thank you for this One Piece talk. It was a great One Piece talk. Thank you to David. I apologize for making you stay up, but it was a good ass video.
Yeah.
Yep. Your boy's back. My audio's fixed. Woohoo!
Is it though?
Better than usual.
Yeah.
It is.
It's better than usual. I'll give you that. Till next time.
And, yeah. Peace.
Later, Ningans.